Get Easy YouTube channel presented by Tulan Machol. Functions in graphs. We're still on the linear function. Y equals to mx plus c, where y is equals to f of x is equal to x plus 2. An example. Now, just want to go into the nomenclature, the vocabulary. Now, x is called an input. And then this one is a computer, right? So computer, this one. Yeah. And then y is an output. Might be familiar with saying that rubbish in, rubbish out, yeah? So whatever you input here is what you get on the other side. So normally when you do your calculations with your calculators, you get error. Yeah, it's like math error, something like that. No, computer is actually telling you what you've put in, I can't deal with it. Anyway, so whatever, x is an input and y is an output. And then x is also called now the original number line. This one is deduced number line. But x is called a domain. So when you write a domain, I say domain x is an element of real numbers, yeah? X is an element of real numbers. So for every x value, you get a y value. So the y value also is called a range. So range is y is also an element of real number for all values of x, yeah, for all values of y, yeah. So y in this graph, you can see all the x values from very small numbers to 0 up to very big numbers. And then similarly with y, you can see this line of yours, the f of x equals x plus 2 is valid for all the y values, all the y negative and all the y's that are positive. So that's called the range. The x is called the domain. It's also called the input. Yeah? Y is called the output, and it's also called the range. And then we call x the independent variable. Yeah, independent variable. Well, of course, y will be dependent because all the y values are f of x. So y is a dependent variable. Okay, what else do we call these guys? Independent, input, domain, yeah, and then we find that like it's a one-to-one. So one value of x, one x value, one x value gives you one y value. So this function y equals to f of x equals to x plus 2 is a one-to-one function, 1 x to 1 y. So that's why it's called a function, one-to-one function. It's valid for a linear function. Oh, and then this is called a straight line. So a linear function gives you a straight line graph. Straight line graph. So math is beautiful, yeah. So and then this straight line graph is got a positive gradient. So say positive gradient, positive m, yeah, because m is equals to 1. So here m is equals to 1. So m is greater than 0. And then it's called positive gradient. So a positive gradient actually it tells you that as x increases, as the x values increase, as x increases, so does the y values. that is your m greater than 0. So remember that a positive gradient, m greater than 0, means that your x increases with your y values. I'll do the next example showing the x as x increases where y values decrease, where m will be negative. Thank you. Remember to comment and please also subscribe, like and share with others.